Hey, what's up guys? Rising Duelist here. I am Konobandit. I haven't made a video for a while, so I'm not dead, but here I am. I've read your guys' complaints from the last video. I'm back with an updated Trickstar profile that caters to the meta. I'm sorry for the last time. I just didn't have all the cards. I just didn't have everything that was like meta relevant. But this, I've tested this against True Draco. I've tested this against Paleozoic. Like, this works, and I'm very proud of this deck. So if you don't like it, then I don't know what to tell you. But anyways, let's go on. So of course you run the triple.
Most people don't like this deck.
You know what? I love this deck.
But I think you mean you like your profile.
Oh yeah. But I hope you like the profile. Okay, so triple Candina, of course. You gotta run triple Candina. Searches everything in the deck. Just perfect to run. Gotta have 3 of these. Next one you have to have 3 Lycoris. Can't have it any other way. Lycoris does all the burn damage whenever someone adds a card to their hand. So you just burn your opponent to death. That's what it is with Lycoris. Especially if you have 3 of these and got like a reincarnation and like a disturbance strategy set, like your opponent should just scoop at that point because they can't do anything. So after that we run the 1 Lilybell. I think Lilybell is really slept on. I think it's only should be at 1, but it's always good for when you're running the late game and you're like ran out of reincarnations, you don't have anything else to retrieve your Lycoris or your Candina. It's just perfect because it allows you to put it back to your hand, and then if you put Lycoris, you could chain like adding Lycoris to your hand and then use Lycoris' effect to this, and then it allows you to what is it called, to special summon Lilybell again, and it's just pretty awesome. But other than that, we got Lilybell. And then of course you got to run the triple draw and lock. I'm a scrub and I have the rares, but you know what? They're still $17 right now, so got to run triple draw and lock. Just perfect using the reincarnation or disturbance strategy to lock your opponent out of drawing cards at all, or just stopping. Like, we know spirals are going to be meta really soon. Like, this just stops all their searching for the turn. It's very good against True Draco when they're using their diagrams. It's just perfect, and honestly this should be a side in any deck.
If you're playing a deck that is not affected by draw and lock, please comment below so I can figure out.
Yes, yeah, please let us know. Please let us know, because I want to know that too. Alright, and since newly taken off of the semi-limited, we got triple Honest. I have 2 commons and 1 ultra, but you know, Honest is great. This is perfect for getting over big monsters, because really we don't have anything huge in this deck at all. But it's just awesome, especially if they're trying to attack you. Like, they stay wary and they're like, oh yeah, he might be running the Honest, so maybe I won't attack in the first place, because who wants to lose their monster? Moving on, I added this Eater Millions. I think Eater Millions is really good in this deck for one. When you summon this, it doesn't take up your normal summon, so you can special summon. It's an out to big boss monsters if you don't have your Honest or anything else. And since your extra deck really doesn't matter for this, like you don't really need to run much, you could just banish 5 from your extra deck and send out the Eater Millions, and it's just fantastic it's a better Grand Mole. Like, I think this is better than Grand Mole. Like, this should be put at 1, not Grand Mole. Alright, so moving on after that, we have the 1 Ghost Ogre and Snow Rabbit. I don't have the Ash, but Ghost Ogre is just really good against like everything. I honestly think it's better than Ash because it gets rid of the monster or the problematic card that's there in the first place. So yeah, 1 of these, it's perfect. And if I ran Synchros in my extra deck, I don't. But if I did, this would be great for making like Black Rose or any other Synchros you want to do. So moving on, another one of, I only run 1 Gofu. I've seen profiles where people run like 2, 3 of these. I just don't think that's necessary, because like, yeah, having Deco Talker is great on the field, but like, you don't need that to beat your opponent. Like this, like, I feel like this clogs if you're running more than 1. And I know you might not see it a lot, but in my personal opinion, it's a 1-up. So moving on from that, of course you got to run the Max C. Side it out if you're playing True Draco. You just got to use that. From then on, we run the 3 Light Stages. Light Stage is necessary for taking any of the monsters you want. It's perfect for just setting up your plays, and it's a great field spell. It has a 3rd effect that no one ever uses, the one targeting one of your opponent's back row, and they have to either chain that card if they can even use it, or they miss timing completely if it's at the end phase. So it's fantastic. I always forget to use this, and my friends always point out, they're like, you didn't use Light Stage effect, and I was like, crap. But this is a great, fantastic field spell. Of course, you run the triple terraforming. This should be put at 1. This is ridiculous. I don't know why it's still at 3. It should be put at 1, but you know, searching the field spells, that's what you gotta do. Moving on from that, we run the 2 Pot of Desires, just draw power. Pot of Desires is amazing, and it's just great, and it works really well with Eater of Millions. Gives it 1,000 free attack, so that's great as well. The 1-ofs, we got the Contract of Dawn 1000. This is just perfect. It makes, like, I've won games using Contract of Dawn 1000. Like,
can you explain what that does?
Okay, so what?
People like me have no idea what that does.
So Contract of Dawn 1000 makes both you and your opponent take 1,000. That's has to happen. Like, you cannot, like, you can't, like, it doesn't, you can't negate, like, well, obviously you can negate the effect, but it says both players lose 1,000, so you're taking the 1,000 if it goes through, you and your opponent. And then after that, you both get to draw a card, and for them on, if this is on the field, you have to show the opponent, and you have to show your opponent what card is in your hand. So if you draw any monster, spell, or trap, your opponent knows what you have, and you know what they have. And it's also, what it also does is that if someone draws a spell, they have to set that spell, or else they can't normal summon or set. I'm pretty sure, yeah, normal summon or set. So
that is like spicy tech right there.
Yeah, spicy tech. I really like this card. I think it's slept on. It's perfect one-on. But yeah, Contract of Dawn 1000. Moving on, we run the Regeki. You need the board wipes. You just have to. You just gotta run one.
2 Dark Holes.
I know. I don't understand why Dark Hole's at 1, but run the Regeki. Moving on to traps, we run Triple Reincarnation. This card's so broken. I don't know if it'll ever get hit in the TCG because Trickstars are not as relevant as they were in the OCG. But this is a perfect card. Just sets up your Duel Lock, gets rid of hands.
We are going to do a video, so there will be a link below once it is finished filming at time of recording this video about Trickstar Reincarnation. So
it's a great card, and I love the artwork for this. All right, moving on from that, another 3 of Disturbance Strategy. I think this is better than running Present Card because you can use this as many times in a turn. Present Card you can only use once per turn, which is kind of dumb in my opinion. But this is just basically another Reincarnation. I know that, like, if Reincarnation ever got hit, I'd probably run 1 or 2 Present Cards just because to compensate for it. But it makes you take your opponent the damage, and it shuffles into the deck. Doesn't put them in the graveyard, which is great. So moving on from that, Triple Blazing Mirror Force. This is the Mirror Force that when your opponent attacks, destroy all monsters, and then both you and your opponent take half damage for all that monster's attacks. So usually you would have more life points than your opponent. So you're in a good state if your opponent decided to attack you with all their attack monsters. Then you guys just take a bunch of burn damage. You finish them off the next turn. So Triple Blazing Mirror Force. For the 1-ofs, we have Ring of Destruction. Ring of Destruction is just great for, like, finishing games. Like, if your opponent has low life points, you just use this and GG. That's about it. I really like this. I love the art for it, and you don't have to run this. This is just my personal opinion, but I really like this card. So moving on from that, we just run 1 Solemn Strike, 1 Solemn Warning. If I had to take anything out, I'd take out a Ring of Destruction, put in another Strike. But these are just good. We know what these do. So moving on from that, we have the extra deck. And I'll explain extra deck with the side deck as well. So we run 1 Holly Angel. You never go into this. Like, honestly, you really don't, but might as well run it. We'll see if we get more support if this becomes relevant, but 1 Holly Angel. Moving on, we run the 1 Decode. Of course, you gotta run the Decode, the generic rank 3 link. It's perfect. Moving on from that, Guy Saber. It's just another rank 3. If for some reason my Decode Talker's gone, I could make this if I want. You really don't. It's more of a Eater of Millions fodder. Moving on from that, 1 Proxy Dragon. Really don't make this Eater of Millions fodder in my opinion also. We run the 1 Firewall Dragon. Never made this in my life, but this comes into play with Ghost Reaper, which I run in the side, which you don't want your opponents to have this card. So moving on to Xyz, we run the 1 Castel. I'll just go through the whole toolbox. We run Tsukiyomi. They're light monsters. You can make Tsukiyomi, gives you more draw power. Abyss Dweller, Diamond Direwolf, and I know people really don't run this. It's Silent Honor Arc. It's just good for taking your opponent's cards. So that's it for the rank 4. Rank 3, we run Break Sword and Super Quantal Mech Beast Grampulse. Back row removal, anything removal really. Just both good rank 3s if you just need to get rid of a problematic card. And lastly, we run a totally awesome Time Star Magician and ABC Dragon Buster. This is solely for Ghost Reaper, obviously. So moving on to the side deck. This is all preference. I'm not as rich as a lot of other people, but I try to do my best.
Look at me, Chillfish is broke fish.
But of course, you got to run the one Denko Sekka. This stops Paleozoic. I play Paleozoic, so I know the damage that this does. Like, you're running from your frogs, and you don't want to rely just on frogs. So Paleozoic, Denko Sekka. One DD Crow, perfect against everything that needs the graveyard. It's just good to side in if someone's, I don't know. I just love DD Crow, and I love the art too. But from that, Skullmeister, I know the presence of Skullmeister kind of died off with the death of dinosaurs, but I really like the effect, and I think that this is going to become relevant someday also. And yeah, Skullmeister. And then here's the Ghost Reaper. I only run the one. I only have one, so it's just perfect for getting rid of, like, you're playing ABC player, and if this is like in your starting hand, then they're like, what are they gonna do now? It's just fantastic. So of course Ghost Reaper. I don't have the good kaijus, but I run two kaijus. I have the Dogran and the Gandarla, just kaijus for getting over things. I run Twin Twisters because there's not enough back row removal in this deck, in my opinion, so just run one of these. System down for ABC players. Chain Summoning at 3. I know this just seems like a weird side, but I think it's really good because you could just swap this out for something if you want to go more reckless against your opponent, like finish them off real quick and get all those searches. Like, Chain Summoning is just great for that. So I know, weird. One Magic Cylinder. I love Magic Cylinder, so this is just a great card.
Magic Cylinder is honestly really good in my opinion.
It's really good, yeah.
Magic Cylinder is great for that last minute ditch effort. You can do something.
Exactly. If I'm playing against Tree Draco, I usually swap this out for. I've swapped this in for Maxi, just because if they attack with Dryeth or Ignis or a Masterpiece,
no one expects it.
Yeah, no one expects this,
and it doesn't target anything, so it's not
exactly
unaffected True Dracos.
No, it's just great. I love it. So that on any Nightmare against True Draco also. I really like the art on this. We run one Spell Purification. No, it's not that good, but it stops continuous spells, so that's fun also. And then shout out to Simo, Blind Obliteration, just because it's Blind Obliteration. Come on, how good is it? It's really good. But yeah, that's it for the whole deck, guys. Let me know what you think. I know my side deck's not that good, but you can give me opinions of what to run in the side deck if you'd like. I'm always open to critique or if you have any questions about the deck. But yeah, this is Rising Duelist, Konobandit signing off.